Hello, for more research on things to invest. Talk about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's items only. The investment talk today will be Ethereum ETH. Just want to say happy Friday, everybody, or more of a worrying Friday, if you may, based on how the market is looking like right now. But just hold on tight. I'm here to be supportive. I'm here to be helpful and give you the logical mindset, so you don't make any emotional decisions. Okay, so don't worry. Let's talk about what's going on right now, okay? So, with respect to recording time of 7:33 a.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum currently trading $2,792. That's about 9.21% so far. With respect to overall crypto market, is experiencing a relatively sizable correction at the moment, and that's the reason why I decided to skip out on my gym session earlier this morning to talk about what's going on, right? So, with respect to overall crypto market, it crashed based on the media affectation early morning on Friday, right? And I think the duration begins sometimes around like 7 a.m. or 6:45 a.m. on the Eastern time. And the crash is mainly coming from, the Republic of China, which is, the Chinese government reiterate its warning on virtual assets not being legal tender in the country. Okay, and this is in the first time that China has issued such a warning, right? But according to some of the media affectation company like the Morning China's Post, the CoinDesk China Reporter, it's one of the most detailed one yet. Okay, mentioning stablecoins tether as illegal for the first time specifically. And you also, if you look at history as well, we had a comparable occurrence, some sort of a political pushback with respect to the adoption, or how would you say, the exchange or utilization of gold or silver or bronze historically, like the commodities, right? It seems that we are encountering a comparable political pushback onto adopting a new asset, a currency, cryptocurrency as a whole, right? So obviously, with this negative news, can subsequently drive a relatively sizable sell-off, knowing the fact that a large, majority of the transactions or holdings by assets diversification globally, China definitely, ranks one of the highest in terms of the concentration, right? So something to be mindful of. It is definitely not a good news whenever we hear something like that. But I believe this is going to be more of a short term, despite the percolations that we've been hearing from the Chinese government. But cryptocurrencies is one of those things that I believe, based on my personal perception, is that the genie's out of the box, right? There are a lot of corporate adoptions, there are a lot of utilizations, despite how restrictive these governments or political entities going to be going forward. We need to, I think they just need to focus on compliance and regulatory infrastructures rather than completely rip off the bandage or banning altogether, right? Because that's not the rational decisions, with the size of the genie that is already out the box. So it's their job to obviously regulate and put some regulatory infrastructure around it to protect people's privacy and transactional safety, right? So another news coming from CNBC as well, my favorite channel, I guess, 1 hour ago. Bitcoin and Ethereum sinks as China intensifies crackdown on cryptocurrencies. Another news comparable to what we have already talked about. And then CoinDesk 4 hours ago talked about Coach and GQ China aims to launch NFT on Ethereum. So Coach is obviously a fashion company. They make handbags. I know they're starting to launch their apparel business as well, but historic is mainly just like purses, clutches, or wallets. And GQ is obviously Gentleman Quarterly, which is a magazine that I used to subscribe to. I appreciate getting some fashion inspirations from them. And they're launching NFT on Ethereum. So another stamp of approval or corporate adoptions from these I guess like fashion institutions and publication companies as well. And then the other one from Cointelegraph called Golem releases laptop app to mine Ethereum. But turning a profit is tricky. So this is something that is talking about more about the cultivations of Ethereum mining with Golem's releases laptop app. So just another recurring news, I guess, or regurgitation news around the mining of Ethereum. So something good to know, but nothing really substantive or that can drive the price sensitivity, if you may, right? And then the other one from Bazinga 9 hours ago, talk about Times Magazine, NFT collection sees sky-high demand. And Ethereum network faces the gas pain, despite, obviously the 2.0 since the London fork debut. Seems like there's still more, despite the high demand, but the gas fee is still a pain that they have to obviously, fix going forward. And then the other one, 11 hours ago, will Robinhood force crypto trading to go no fees? I hope so. I mean, that's something that I'm still, it frustrates me to be, like for example, like this morning, I bought one Ethereum at the $2,750 because it's just a logical level, and I woke up early, so I caught the dip at the 10% dip. And 2,750, we've been screaming at this level for a while, and we got there. So it's just a logical level when we rebound. So I bought it because it makes sense. So now I have 56 Ethereum at the moment. I'm not, trying to blow my whole wallet into it, despite having more cash reserve. But Coinbase did charge me like what, $60 or $56. So it is what it is. But I hope that Robinhood goes with a no fees or no commission fees trade. That would be amazing. And then Decrypt 14 hours ago from Ethereum to Solana and back. Wormhole lets you send your NFT across blockchains. So this is just another platform that allows people to transact safely, hopefully, with this platform called Wormhole. And then another news, this is the last one. 15 hours ago from Decrypt, Ethereum futures more popular among major investors than Bitcoin, JP Morgan said. So it seems like their institutional clients are more incentivized to buy Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We know that JP Morgan does not transact or sell crypto assets specifically, but they do sell the trust, right? The grayscale trust that JP Morgan is currently offering to its institutional clients. And we have heard that in the recent investors' letters and also a public announcement that Jamie Dimon said about 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really much the news overall. So we, again, with this news, we broke down to the next resistance level, which is the 2,750. On the MACD scale, we are crossing down still, so there's no sign of reversal yet. On top of the fact that RSI is at the 36.69, so we're at the close level of the 70, right? So 35 or below is a good levels, and that's why I did what I did. I bought one Ethereum specifically, and Bitcoin, again, comparable, same thing. 36.88 is the same characteristics. I think 40 was where we were trying to get to. We didn't completely get there. No, we did get there. We're like off by like $600, but that's really because of the digits that we have for Bitcoin. I would say we're relatively close. For Dogecoin, we basically give back everything we had before, and I think right now is a good level to buy it for Dogecoin. 20 cents again, right? With respect to Cardano, we sold off really fast, but immediately got bought up. And I think this is really, really fishy activities. I think this is mainly driven by, I would say just public investors. I think it's just a lot of public investors buying it up immediately. So Cardano seems like it's a very popular asset in comparisons to the other ones, based on just how volatile it had been. Like it just went down all the way and went up all the way within the span of like less than 2 hours, if you may, ever since the crash. So interesting to see. But would I be buying now? I would probably wait because like everything is selling off. Cardano's going up, kind of, if you think about it, right? Solana is basically giving back everything that we had before. So technically, we are still on a relatively mid-neutral level at the 48.64 out of 70, not 35 below yet. So I'll wait until, like, again, we wait until we get to 113, 97, 66 will be still the level I'll buy at. XRP, we basically give back everything again and again, right? The 88 would be a good level to buy at, but if we break that, 70, 78, 69 is coming. Polkadots, hovering on a sideways fashion. We're floating in the air right now. We're basically testing some non-substantive platform that we are at right now, the 30, but the real level is the 25, 26, right? We are still at the mid-level on neutral perspective in the RSI scale out of 70, 47.36 out of 70. So Polkadot's not the best buy right now, to be honest with you. So with respect to Ethereum, we are within the panic capitulation anger stage. I think we might even be in the anger stage right now, right? I think the 2,450 could potentially be a stretch at the moment because despite how volatile and negative it's been, I think buying anywhere from the frames of 2,450 to 2,750, which is a good frame, it is not a huge frame. It's like $300 in difference, but buying anywhere in between would be a good optimal level to risk manage as well. So I think we're still going to see some more sideways fashion. I think people are probably angry at why did the government allow this to happen? Maybe like why they're angry at the Chinese government to allow this to happen, right? Who shorted the market? Like you might be even questioning that yourself. So to stay within the logical frame of reference, we know, right, with respect to the price level for Ethereum, 3,000, 2,700, 2,450. I bought at the 2,750 today. If we stay with around these level and we keep going down to 2,450, which I think we're kind of rebounding already because when we sold down about 10 to 11%, we rebounded immediately, right? On the scale of RSI, it's definitely very, very, at a sweet optimal level. So buying within this level is not a bad idea. But if you bought in way higher, like let's say you bought at the 4,000 a while back, just hold for a long term because eventually we'll get up there, right? So hopefully this is helpful. It's nothing to be worried about. This is supposed to happen because of the market cycle. And I would say, the news that got broke out was probably a media embellishment or more of a curation from the media and obviously from the whales. And it's nothing to be surprised of. This is something supposed to happen, right? So hopefully this is helpful. Really appreciate you and stay tuned for us to come up. Take care. Bye.